everyone, very good evening. Welcome back to pantechelearning channel. This is Divyanjali from Pantech. So we have come up to the 9th day session of our masterclass Datascience 2.0, right? Fine. So without any delay we will start the session. Yes, very good evening everyone, very good evening. Hello. Hi. Yeah. So we are on the 9th day session of our master class, right? So let us recapitulate what we have learnt in the last 8 days. Okay. First we have started learning about the basic introduction to data science on the first day with some basic applications and one demo project. On the second day we have started learning about Python language basics. What is the history, what are the applications, all that we have learnt on second day of our session. On the third day we have learned something about list, tuple, dictionary, basic fundamentals with examples. On the fourth day we have started learning about library files, Python library files, Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib library, Seaborn and SVM, linear and logistic regression algorithms implementation. This is what we have learned in the last 8 days. Okay. Today on the 9th day of our session we are going to learn something new, that is about an algorithm implementation. How that algorithm is going to be implemented in Jupyter notebook, let us see now. Yeah. So before starting the session, I would like to give you the announcement of attendance form. You will be receiving this by 7:30, okay? And you will be getting the e-certificate for participation certificate for participating in master class. But it is very mandatory that you should attend 25 day session, okay? So make sure you are attending 25 day session of the master class. Yeah. So the 9th day session is under the caption SVM, Support Vector Machine Algorithm. What is this algorithm? Why it has come into existence? What is so special about this algorithm? Let us see now. Support Vector Machine is a supervised machine learning algorithm that can be used for both classification or regression challenges as well. So these are simply the coordinates of individual observations. The SVM classifier is a frontier that best segregates the two classes, hyperplane or line. It means in simple way I can define it like SVM algorithm is applicable for both classification as well as regression type of challenges, okay, regression type of problem statements. Okay, if we are applying for them, how it is going to be implemented? So as per our input data whatever we have given, it can be plotted in 3 ways actually. One is linear plotting, second one S-curve plotting, third one 3D plotting. In these 3 ways we can plot our data, but it should be as per my input values, okay. That is how we will work with this support vector machine algorithm, okay, fine. So here comes the types of SVM, linear SVM, non-linear SVM. Yeah, hyperplane and support vectors in SVM algorithm. Hyperplane means what? Support vector means what? So there can be multiple lines or decision boundaries to segregate the classes in n-dimensional space, but we need to find out the best decision boundary that helps to classify the data points. We will have multiple linear lines, okay, decision boundaries we will have, but among that which line will perfectly suit or which will classify our data, that particular linear line is what we want, okay, we have to filter it out. This best boundary is known as hyperplane of SVM. Next comes support vectors. The data points or vectors that are the closest to the hyperplane and which affect the position of that particular hyperplane, that are termed as support vectors. So whatever the data points we are taking or whatever the input data we are collecting, which data is nearest to my hyperplane, okay, that data only we will take, okay, that are termed as support vectors, okay. So these support vectors are present near to the line, hyperplane, okay, fine. So here you can see linear SVM, linear support vector machine implementation. You can see here we will have the different categories of data. which are closest to the line hyperplane. You can see here, these are called support vectors. This is the optimal hyperplane. Okay, fine. Non-linear SVM, it means categories of data will be spreaded all over the region. It won't be in particular region, it will be spreaded all over the region. Okay, now how the hyperplane will be looking like, you can see here. We can't categorize, but the line will be in terms of a circle here, right? Fine. So here comes the example. You might have heard about muffins and cupcake, right? Yes? Have you heard about this muffin, cupcake? By seeing the diagram also you can tell what is this muffin, what is this cupcake. It's a recipe basically, correct? Correct or wrong? I hope everyone understanding. The thing is, today we are on the 9th day session. I have explained theoretically. Now we are going to do this muffins and cupcake. A session on muffins and cupcake implementation on Jupyter notebook. Okay. So I hope everyone is following, right? Yes. I think my voice is also audible. Today no technical issues. Right? Yes, my dear participants, please let me know. Am I audible to all the participants clearly? Am I audible to all the participants clearly? Please raise your hands. Yes, my dear participants, please raise your hands. Yes, I hope everyone is understanding and it is clearly audible, right? That's fine. So let us now go back to the implementation part. Okay. So where we are going to implement our project? In which software? Please do answer. This is not a regular classroom session. So please do answer. Yes, please do answer. Anaconda Navigator, correct. So we are going to implement our project in Anaconda Navigator software in Jupyter Notebook editor window in Python language. Okay. Okay, fine. So go to start all programs, type Jupyter, click on open. So you need not to do this on your systems right now because you need to have some Excel sheet data with you, because I did not share that Excel sheet content with you. So you just listen how I am explaining how the instructions are being created and what is its importance. Okay, fine. So this is the home page of Jupyter Notebook editor window, correct? Here first you have to select the location in which you are going to create a file. Okay, generally I prefer downloads as my location. Click on that. Here you can see all the files which are listed in the downloads. Create a new file. Before creating, you check whether your Excel sheet input content is present in that particular location or not. My Excel sheet will be with the name of recipes, something like recipes. Yeah, here you can see. This is my Excel sheet. Okay. I'll just copy the name of the Excel sheet because it is important, because I have to access this file, right? That's why I copied. Now going back to my presentation. So you already know what is the Jupyter notebook, what is there in the Jupyter notebook. Once again I will tell you, you can just listen. Here you can see a rectangular box. This is called as a cell. Please do listen, my dear participants, it is very important. Please do listen. Any project, any IEEE project you have to implement in the same way. Machine learning projects, data science, AI, okay? Implementation will be same. Only the data which we are working with, that only it will differ. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so if you listen this, it is enough to gain your basic knowledge. Okay, fine. So basically we are going to develop a project. What we will do is, first we will collect the data collection. Next what we will do is pre-processing. Okay, next what we will do is visualize. Next split the data. Next algorithm implementation. Okay, this is how we are going to create our project. First we need to collect the data. Before collecting data, let us know what this Jupyter notebook consisting of. Basically here you can see a rectangular box, right? This is called as a cell. Whatever the content you are writing within the cell, it has to be saved. So save and checkpoint, you have to save it. If you want to add more number of cells, click on the cell, click on plus symbols. Can you see the cells are being created, correct? In the same format. If you want to delete it, click on that scissors, it will be deleted. Okay, if you want to copy paste, you can see here, you can find the options copy and paste. Okay, next if you want to run the code, we have two options. One is click on run symbol, that everyone knows, right? Click on run symbol one after the other line. The other way is click on shift plus enter on your keyboard. Okay, fine. Everything I kept in comment format. First what we have to do, we need to collect the data collection. So in order to collect the data, or in order to work with data, or in order to access the elements, or in order to work with that particular elements, we need to have few library files. What are the library files we have learned till now? Yes, who is going to answer me first? Who is going to answer? What are the different library files, Python library files we have learned? What is the first library? Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, scikit, right? So we have to access these library files in order to work with the project. Okay, fine. Let us now import different library files. Import pandas as PD variable. Next import NumPy as NP variable. Next import Matplotlib dot pyplot module as PLT variable. Next import Seaborn as SNS variable. Next from sklearn import metrics module. Okay, these are the few library files we have imported into our program. Now you have to run this. Click on the cell, click on run symbol. So while running, you can see here it is multiplication symbol, right? After running, it will be assigning the line number. So the line number is assigned here now. Okay, now we have collected the input library files. Now we have to collect the input data. What is our input data? Recipes underscore muffins scores dot CSV function, that is what, right? So that we have to access here. So df is a variable. Df is equal to pd dot read underscore CSV of, here you have to give the file name. This is my file name I have given. Once again I am explaining you here. Df is just a variable. Okay, in this variable what I am doing is I am accessing the complete Excel sheet into the program and storing in a very small variable. I am reading the complete program, complete Excel sheet, Excel file, complete file I am reading, and with the help of pandas library file, and I am storing in a very small variable called df. Now run. Yes, no errors. Okay, now I would like to check whether my Excel file or input file is present in df variable or not. Give the variable name and run. So sorry for the interruption. So I gave the variable name and I just clicked on run. You can see this is my Excel sheet. So what is our project? We are going to create a recipe, whether it is muffin or cupcake, based on the quantity it has to give me. What are the column names here you can see? Yes, my dear participants, please see the screen and answer me. It will be easy for you as well. Yes. What are the column names you can see over here? Type column, flour column, milk, sugar, butter, egg, baking powder, vanilla, salt, right? These are the different ingredients we have considered, okay? How much quantity we are giving? Basically we will have this flour and sugar, okay? Based on these two quantities only we will decide whether it is muffin or cupcake, okay? Based on the quantity only it will be displayed. You can see here in muffins and cupcake, okay? 17 it means muffin. Like that we give different quantity of flour as well as sugar, okay? So you can see type column is my output. Whether it is muffin or cupcake is we can find in type. So this is my target, right? Right? Correct or wrong? Type column is my output, okay? Target function, target column, okay? Now we have collected the input data, that is okay. What is the second step? Pre-processing, right? So in this pre-processing, give the variable and apply few functions. Header function. Header function by default displays first 5 rows with all the columns, okay? First suppose if I give something like 10 within the brackets, it will give me first 10 rows from 0 to 9 with all the columns it will display. In the same way, give the tail function. It will give me by default last 5 rows of data with all the columns of information, okay? So I will apply few more functions like df.information block. It will describe 3 parameters, whether that particular attributes are consisting of null values or not. What is the total count of that particular attribute and which type of data type that particular attributes are consisting of. This is what we will find. Once again I am telling you, information block describes 3 parameters. First one, what is the total count of that particular attribute or particular column. Second thing, it will describe whether it is having null values or not. And third thing, it will describe about which type of data type it is consisting of. Okay. Am I clear till now? This is not your regular classroom session, my dear participants. Please do reply. Everyone following, please raise your hands. I hope the session is interesting as well. This is a real-time project. It's like something like we are developing a project, right? Simple project. Everyone following? Yes, I asked all the participants. Not 1 or 2, right? Please do reply. I need response from all the participants. Okay. So we have collected the input data, we are applying pre-processing functions, okay. What are the functions we have applied? Header function, tail function, information block. Still we have few functions like df dot is null dot sum function. Run, you can see it will describe whether there are any null values present. If present, how many null values are there? It will describe that thing. Next, df dot describe function. It will describe me certain values like count value, mean value, standard deviation value, minimum maximum value, 25%, 50%, 75% values of different columns. Okay, all the columns you can tell it. Next, I will apply df dot correlation function. This function gives me the relation between every 2 attributes present in my input data. Once again I am telling you, correlation function describes the relation between every 2 attributes present in my input data. Okay. Next, df dot shape function describes total number of rows and columns Next, df dot columns represents what are all the columns present in my Excel sheet input file. Okay, these are the pre-processing functions we have applied. That is okay. Now we will value count the different columns and visualize the data in graph. Okay, the third step is visualize or analyze the data in graphical format. What I will do is SNS dot, I will do count plotting. Count plot, which column I have to count plot? Any column you can consider. I will consider here as x is equal to some column like floor, capital F. Floor column. I am taking the data from df variable. Okay, yeah, you can see here floor column we are just count plotting. How many 9 tails are there, how many 20. It means this much quantity where how much they have applied, like that we are just count plotting, analyzing the Excel sheet column information in graphical. We will also analyze one more column like SNS means Seaborn. With the help of Seaborn only we are going to visualize the data in graph as per customized way. It means as per our interest. Okay, it means as per the attractive format. In an attractive way we are graphically visualizing the data. Next I will give something like x is equal to sugar. Okay, next here data I am considering from df variable. Okay, flour and sugar column I am considering. So you can give here something like I location of flour and sugar means 0 is to 2. 0 is to comma 2. Okay, next y is equal to df dot I location of type column. Where is this type column? We have to see here 0 1 2 3 1 3. 1 and 3 are my inputs. 1 3. Here 0. Yeah. Now that we have splitted the data, 1 minute. 24 comma 2. Okay. we'll just do one thing, we'll just put it in comment format. X and Y is not declared like this. Okay, here what we have to do is, so here what we have to give is, for our project we have to give few something like formulas. What are they? That I will show you in the code. The code is already there, so we'll just take that. 1 minute. This is what input and output is, X and Y. Okay, I'll copy this here. Ingredients means X. Okay, type label means Y. Shall I put here X and Y for easy understanding purpose? X, Y. From these recipes I am taking flour and sugar as my inputs. Okay, now type column is equal to muffin means it should be labeled with 0. If it is 1 means it will be cupcake. Okay, run this. Recipes is not defined. I defined it as df. It will run now, right? Fine. I hope everyone is following. Next, what we have done? We are building up the model. Before that, okay. Here came, you can see this. 1 minute. Till here we have done. Now what we will do is, so till now we have visualized. Now what we are doing is, we are dividing X and Y variables, flour and sugar as my inputs, and muffin, that is type column only as Y. We will run this. Next, what we have done, we are going to create the model now. I have to build that model from sklearn.svm import svc. Okay, name error, 1 minute. What is the name error? SVM is not here. Okay, from sklearn import SVM. Instead of ingredients, what I have given? X. Type label as Y. Now we will see. Next, I have told you something like formulas are there, right? Here are the formulas, because we are going to create a hyperplane. For that, WA, XX, YY, that is nothing but axis information they have given. Okay, model means a variable, okay, where I am storing my algorithm, support vector machine algorithm. In this, I am using a kernel function linear line, that information only I am accessing, that I am storing in a variable. Now I am fitting my X and Y variables to this model variable, because I have to train it. Okay, afterwards I gave the formulas, model dot coefficients of 0 and minus W of 0 by W of 1. These are the calculations, formulas. You just remember like these are the formulas. That's it. Okay. X's, line space, graphical line space we are giving here. Okay. Next. Now I am plotting the data of flour and sugar column information from my input variable df. Hue taken as type column, that is my output column. Palette as set axis. These are the graphical representation. Fit regression false values to be eliminated. Okay. Size also I have mentioned something here. Now run the code. You can see What are the things which you can see here? Red color represents muffin, blue color represents cupcake, green color represents cone. Okay. Next. Now I am taking the support vectors which are near to the hyperplane. That vectors information I am taking and storing here. Next, y by up, y by down values I am calculating with the help of this D. Okay. Now run the code. Yeah. Now again I am plotting flour and sugar column informations with some graphical representation. Here instead of recipes I have to give df because I declared my input variable as df. Okay. So SNS is Seaborn. I am plotting the data in lmplot which we have learned in our Matplotlib library, right? So taking the columns as flour and sugar column information, data considered from df variable, hue that is nothing but my output data, that is type column is my output. Okay. Palette taken as set1 axis, fit regression all the false elements to be eliminated, scatter kws where I am assigning the size. Okay. Next, plotting the data of this xx and yy as well as along with color. K hyphen means it is color indication. Okay. Next, plotting the data in scatter matrix taken as all the support vectors to be plotted. Okay. Now just run the code. You can see here muffin, cupcake, scone. This you can see with the color indications. This is the hyperplane. Okay. Linear kernel hyperplane. Okay. Understood everyone? Yes, everyone following? Please raise your hands. Once again I will tell you, no issue. What we have done till now, let me explain. First we have collected the input data. For that we need to import few library files. We have imported them. Next I have considered my Excel sheet and stored in a variable. Now for this variable I am applying few functions like header function, tail function, information block, isNull.sum function, describe function, correlation function, shape function and columns functions. Okay. These are the pre-processing functions I have implemented to my Excel sheet just to make my data to be simple. Okay. To understand to the system in a simple way. Okay. Next what I have done is I am count plotting the data. Flour column I have count plotted, sugar column also I have count plotted. Now I am dividing my data into input and output variables. Input represented as x, output represented as y. Okay. So input columns I am taking flour and sugar. Based on this quantity information only I can prepare some recipe. Whether it is muffin or cupcake I can decide. Muffin will be represented with 0. Cupcake will be represented with 1. Okay. Now I am importing the algorithm from sklearn. Sklearn means scikit library file. Okay. So from this sklearn library file I have imported SVM, that is support vector machine algorithm. What this algorithm will do? It uses a kernel function k of f. Using that function we can plot our data in 3 ways as per my input values. Once again I am telling you, SVM described as or abbreviated as support vector machine algorithm. This algorithm uses a kernel function k of f. Using this function my input data will be plotted in 3 ways. One is linear plotting, second one S-curve plotting, third one 3D plotting. In these 3 ways I can plot my data. Okay. As per my input values I can plot my data. Now taking the linear kernel, okay, I am storing in a variable. Taking the algorithm support vector machine linear kernel and storing in a small variable called model. Now for this variable where my algorithm is present, right? For this I am fitting x and y variables. Next what I am doing is, these are the formulas for hyperplane. Okay. So you have to remember like formulas only. We don't have any other option. Okay. So I am fitting model dot coefficients underscore 0. It means in 0th index what we are having? Type column muffin cupcake, right? That column coefficients I have taken and stored in w variable. Now minus w of 0 by w of 1. That calculated output I have to store in a. Now x, x, y, y I am defining as line space along with the intercept values. Okay. Now lmplot is one graphical representation where I am going to plot flour and sugar column information from df variable, input variable. Q means output column, that is type column. Palette taken as set1 axis. Fit regression false to be eliminated, false values to be eliminated. Scatter KWS means I am giving here some size, okay. Next, plotting the data of XX and YY. Line width I have mentioned, color also I have mentioned. When I run, you can see my graphical representation representing different colors with a linear kernel, okay, linear line, okay. Now you can see red color indicates muffin, blue color indicates cupcake, green color indicates scone, okay. Now the same hyperplane, here we are giving support vectors, okay. So I am applying this model variable, that is my algorithm to the vectors now, okay. Now YY down, YY up variables are being calculating here. Now plotting the data of sugar and flour column information. Input taken from df variable, Q taken as type column information, palette taken as set1 axis, fit regression, scatter KWs, this is common, okay. Next, plot the data of XX, YY, line width and color is given. YY down, YY up also color indication is given. When I plot the data in scatter matrix, support vectors also been mentioned, okay. Face color size also I give. So when I run, you can see here color indications of different types and linear kernel, that is hyperplane, is also displayed, okay. Now I am defining a function, okay, muffin or cupcake. So based on this flour and sugar only, I have to tell whether it is muffin or cupcake, okay. Here indentation is there, please do remember in Python language indentations are very much important. Now I am checking the condition. If model.predict of flour, sugar is equal to 0, then it will print like we are looking for muffin recipe, else it will directly print like we are looking for cupcake recipe. So we already mentioned here wherever it is 0, so here 0 means muffin, 1 means cupcake, okay. The same thing here we are given in a, we have defined and we are going to print it, that's it. 1 minute. 28, 29, we have to run all the lines, okay. Next, yeah, till this we have finished, right. This last point once again I am telling you. Till now we have plotted the data muffin, cupcake information graphically we have plotted using the algorithm support vectors that have been plotted. Now what we are doing is we are defining a function called muffin or cupcake. It will be decided, that function will be decided based on the quantity of flour and sugar, okay. Flour and sugar quantity, based on that quantity only it will describe whether we are looking for a muffin or a cupcake, okay. So here I am checking the condition like if model.print of flour, sugar is equal to 0, it will print like you are looking for a muffin recipe, else it will print like you are looking for a cupcake recipe, okay. Now muffin or cupcake quantities I have given, flour and sugar quantity I have given 50, 20. For these values if I run, I am getting you are looking for a muffin recipe. Now I am plotting that flour and sugar column information and plotting the data. Now run the code, you can see the graphical representation, right. Now few more I have mentioned something like, yeah. So another quantity of information I have given something like 40, 20. 40% of flour, 20% of sugar. If I give this much quantity, when I run, you can see you are looking for a cupcake recipe. Done. So based on the quantity of flour and sugar, we can decide which recipe we are going to prepare. That is what we have done today. How many of you understood? Please raise your hands. Yes, my dear participants. How many of you understood? Raise your hands. I hope everyone understood, right? Any doubts? So you can rename it just simply clicking on this untitled 7. Click like, type like muffin, cupcake, save it. It will save automatically with .ipynb coding file. So in Jupyter notebook we can save the file with .ipynb files. It will automatically save. So you got renamed it. So we got the output for which recipe we are going to prepare. This is what our project is. I hope everyone understood. Right? Everyone enjoyed this? How many of you enjoyed? Please raise your hands. Yes, please raise your hands. I hope everyone enjoyed the session, right? Yeah. So you can follow pantechelearning in Instagram, Telegram, YouTube and podcast in different social media. Few of the students are still asking about internship enrollment, how to enroll. So you can use this coupon welcome DS2 and with the registration fees of 597 rupees. Use this below link to register. Okay. And any queries are there before this slide? Any queries? So we got a query like how to split the data into training and testing. It will be like in certain ratios only we have to divide. Something like 6:4, 7:3, 8:2, 9:1. In that particular ratio only we have to divide. Why? Because as per the rule, more amount of data should be given to training purpose, so that the algorithm can understand my input in the easiest way and more clearly it can understand. If we give less amount of data, means it can give my output best predictions. Okay, best output it can give, best accurate results it can give. Okay. So I hope everyone understood. If you are having still any more queries also, you can just let us know in the comment section. So we will get back to you. Okay, we will check every comment and get back to you. Yes, is it clear? Done, right? Any more queries? Everything is clear? So today we are going to wind up the session so fast, right? On time. Okay then. So last but not least, coming to our last slide. So thank you all the participants. So for your interactive session, for your interaction. Okay. I thank each and every participants for the session, for making the session so much interactive, and I would like to thank all the participants. All the participants I would like to thank, and have a delicious dinner and take care. And one more last, yeah. So if you like the session, please do like, comment, share and subscribe to pantechelearning. Thank you.